Hi everybody, Captain Bill Saiff III here on the back deck of the Rod and Reel Junior in Guffin's Bay in 23 feet of water. Got my old buddy, Mark Steffen, working a good fish right here. Mark, big eye, I think, isn't it?
Feels like it. The right strike and
here he comes right now. I got the big eye. Okay, stay right there. Don't point him. Keep him coming just like this.
You want to?
Yeah, no. I want you center because I'm going to net across you. Here he comes right here. He's barely hooked right at the end of the nose. Keep him coming. Just keep winding. Shane, when I tell you go to neutral, here comes this big eye. I got him. Forward, Mark. Forward, Shane. Black forward. Big gigantic black, silver, orange belly thunder stick. Just a big giant eye right here. You can see what we're doing here. We're just running a single, raise your rod tip up for me. Just running a single split shot right here, just above that, to take a standard floating bait and get it down into the 10 to 12 foot range instead of the 6 to 7 foot range that it normally runs at. Nice job, buddy boy. Here's that big walleye right here coming on the floating bait, just weighting it down. Coming in, cutting some new water. These fish are flushing. Some baits coming up into Guffins here, and we're getting on top of these walleyes. We're going to show you a little bit about rigging in a technical segment. Mark, nice job with this walleye. Let's go to the tip. Let's talk tune of our plug baits that we're using for walleyes today in this particular segment. What I've got in my hand here is a standard Bomber Long A. This one happens to be black, gold, and orange. The best color that we're having today on Lake Ontario for eyes is the black, silver, orange, but all of them are going to work good with the orange bellies in this deep, turbid water. It's kind of like iced tea in here today, so they're standard colors that work very well. Now, everybody knows that we're running a round nose snap clip on the end of our fluorocarbon tippet. So let me show you a product on the market that we're going to. This is called a Hyper Snap. It's by Owner Hooks. Owner makes these Hyper Snaps, and you'll notice that it's not a dual cross lock. It's actually welded in position. This is a #1, and it has a break strength of 33 pounds. But that round nose snap clip is absolutely perfect for northerns and walleye and pickerel and stuff that we're fishing. And that round nose snap gives plenty of freedom of mobility for that plug to work on the line. However, the plug is not going to work well on the line unless the plug is tuned correctly. So we're going to hook that snap clip on the end of this, and we're going to drop it in clear water on the side of the boat. Once we drop it in clear water, if we're trolling at 1.7 knots, we want to let the line back, and then we want to rip this bait forward in the water column. And the reason that we rip it forward, we'll rip it forward at 4 knots. We want to make sure that that plug comes through the water just like that. If the plug comes through the water and it rocks up on its edge, it's out of tune. We need to tune that because when we're making turns with planer boards, the outside of a turn is going to be faster than the inside of a turn. And it's possible that these baits will be running out of tune. We don't want that to occur. We want maximum fishing opportunity on these walleyes at all times, so that tune has to be exact. So we're going to use a standard set of needle nose pliers. We're going to drop this plug in the water. If this plug, and I'm looking at this plug down the back, if this plug, when we rip it forward, moves up on this left side, these needle nose pliers, and we're going to grab that eyelet on the front of that plug, and we're going to twist it to the left. We're actually going to twist that to the left, away from the side that it's rolling up on. We're going to twist it to the left side. If it's rolling up on the left side, we twist it to the left side ever so slightly. If it's rolling up to the right side, we're going to grab that and we're going to twist it ever so slightly to the right. And what happens is, when that rolls up like this and we twist that eyelet in this fashion, it brings the bait back down in tune and centers it up in the water. If it's up on this side and we bend the eyelet in this fashion, it's going to bring that bait back down into center. Now we drop it back, we pull it forward, and it stays and it digs, and it's got that good beat that these Bomber Long A's and these Thunder Sticks are known for, and it's in tune, and we know that it's fishing right all the time. Very, very very simple to do, but don't make the mistake of thinking that just because you brought that lure brand new off the shelf and clipped it on the line that it's going to run correctly. 7 out of 10 body baits will run correctly out of the package, but 3 out of 10 won't. So you need to test the tune on every bait, and certainly after you catch a big walleye or you catch a big northern, put it back in, look at your hooks, make sure that all your eyelets are straight on the bottom and the tail end of the bait, and then drop that bait in the water, give it a rip, make sure that it stayed in tune, and then you're safe to send it back 150, 160, 170 feet, whatever the set is, clip it in and run it off the planer cord. Let's go back to the action. Captain Bill Saiff III, working an 8-rod pattern here for eyes in Guffin's Bay, running mini Dipsy diver disc right here on our Okuma Dead Eyes, and of course a bank of rods right here. We're just getting ready to run a downrigger down on some deep fish that we saw on the bottom. When the inside rod tags over, my buddy Mark's stepping on the rod again here. Mark, this is another good fish, feeling heavy too, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, Bill.
And what we're doing right here, a lot of these fish are deep, but like is so often the case with walleyes, sometimes those deep fish are hard to get them to engage and to actually bite. So what we're doing, move him all the way rod tip to the left, Mark, is that we're actually running our baits with a 1/4 ounce split shot in front of the bead chain, getting our floaters down in the 10 to 15 foot range, so that as those fish start to rise to feed, we're actually ready for them. What's that, buddy, hanging heavy?
Starting to take a stand, yeah.
They're starting to take a stand right here. He's coming over a little bit on the weight rod right here. We're just watching it. That's why we moved Mark all the way over here to the left-hand side. Shane, you're doing great. What's your speed, buddy boy?
1.5.
Okay, 1.5 is what it is. Keep that rod tip all the way out to the left. That's perfect. And what we're doing is steady, even pressure on these walleyes. You've heard us in our videos before talk about hypnotizing these fish to the back of the boat, and that's critically important. The reason that we're trying to hypnotize these fish, we don't want any change in pressure as this fish comes close. Mark's going to continue to wind. As he gets close, I'm going to tell Shane to put it in neutral. Mark's going to continue to wind so that the fish doesn't sense any change in the pressure. A lot of these fish will be hooked. Keep them coming. A lot of these fish will be hooked just on the jawbone by 1 or 2 hook points, and we want the nylon underneath them when they actually thrash for the first time. You can see the bend in the rod right here. We're going to use the long net. Shane, give me neutral. Keep winding on him. 15 years, but it's his first day at the wheel. Okay, here he comes right here in the water. We're gonna stay right on the action here. Hopefully we'll get a look at this. Guy's coming in deep, typical eye pattern. Neutral, black to the middle.
Them, do you?
No, keep winding, steady wind.
No, I can't. I'm tension.
Yep, even pressure forward, Shane. Steady pressure on him, buddy. Steady pressure on him. Perfect rod. There's the bead chain right there. Wind neutral. I gotta look at him. Yep, wind down. Keep winding, steady. Keep winding. Keep winding. Raise that easy. Wind down. Big eye, easy, big. Forward chain. Forward chain. Mark, raise him. And I got him. Nice big eye. Keep going forward. Keep going forward, Shane. Nice big eye in the net right here. Dandy. 27 feet of water. Look at this. Classic Bomber Long A. Black and silver mylar. There is a big dude. Is that exciting or what, buddy? Right here, buddy. Yeah, that's the way it is. And here's my man, Captain Shane. Nice job going into reverse. We won't let you forget it. Man, that is a dude right here. He is. Take a look at this big walleye. He is just a dandy. You know, there's a fish that's going to go 10, 11 pounds. But here's what I was talking about, everybody. Look at the hook right here. You got 1 hook point, and he's only in the hard point of the bone. Any release in that pressure, and look at this. That thing is gone. Simple as that. And that's why it's so important, eh, Mark, to fool those things in. I mean, we've been doing it during the Spring Classic Derby for years, and that was perfectly played. We just let him in. Put your hand right under there and give me the side shot of that guy. Raise the tail right up a little higher. What a dandy walleye. And again, beautiful fish. and running the bead right there, just a 1/4 ounce split shot right there in front of the bead chain. You've seen us do this so many times. Instead of running the modified deep bills or the straight deep bills, we'll just take the normal floating bait. There it is, the black silver bomber. Just add a little weight to that to get it down into the 10 to 12 foot range. Standard protocol. What's nice about this bait, it's a great walleye bait, but if there's a northern or a pickerel anywhere in the back bays, they're certainly going to find that black silver. That's the way it's working right now on the back deck of the Rod and Reel Junior here, fishing with the Saiff Fleet for walleyes in the backwaters of Guffins Bay.